Make a little noise, everybody. Well, good morning, Unity North. Good morning to the small group gathered in the room today, and good morning to the very vast, large group online joining us today. We knew that there was a chance that it might be kind of small today. We're all a little bit tired, but we're fulfilled, yes? I can still say Merry Christmas to each and every one of you. Merry Christmas to those of you online, and a happy, happy New Year. How many of you were here Christmas Eve night? I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and I just want to give special thanks for this beautiful evening that we had just a couple of days ago, and I want to thank Ike for his direction of the choir, the incredible genius sitting at the keyboard. I got a chance to experience Ryan Almario, and the vision, you know, there was a mama hen who was holding her arms and her consciousness around the whole thing, and that's Reverend Julie Boniger. I just want to send some thanks to her. She's not with us today. She's home recuperating from all the work that she had, so we'll send our love through the cameras to her and to all of our congregation. Before we get into the day, let's just take that Christmas energy and let's bring it to the now moment. Take a deep breath with me and let's enter the day and enter the altar and the sanctuary of each other's heart. In that breath is all the good that we could ever desire. And on the exhale is all the release that we could ever need to get rid of that which is in the way. We enter this day with a full anticipation and excitement for that which is ours to bring and that which is ours to experience. Whether we be at home, miles and miles and state lines away, or in the room right now, we are one. And that oneness is the greatest miracle of all. That's what was birthed within us on Christmas Eve. The remembrance that we are family, brothers and sisters in the light that is God. Let that be the foundation of our day, and let us serve that in ourselves and in others as we participate in today's celebration. Thank you, God, for all these things and 1,000 things more. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen, amen, together. Amen. I'm really grateful today to have Christian Justice back in the house to lead the music today, so give her a warm welcome. She's going to get the day going with this song, How Can I Serve Today?
And if you feel you want to stand and sing along and move your body and get that energy flowing, here we go. How can I serve today, sweet spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Who needs your love today, sweet spirit? Who needs your love today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. One more time, how can I serve today, sweet spirit? How can I serve today, oh Lord? Speak in ways that I will understand. Where you lead me, I will follow. Where you lead me, I will go. Good job, everybody.
So that challenge has been laid down. Where God leads us, we will follow, we will serve. And I want to just make reference to the lady that's in service over here to my left. Vilma Orego is our chaplain on duty today, and she is in service to the highest and best of each and every one of you. That which we realized and remembered just 2 nights ago on Christmas Eve, she's holding it for you today. She's beholding you as the light of the world that you are, and she recognizes that. If you'd like to pray with Vilma or Atiba, who are our 2 chaplains on duty today, they would love to see you after the service and to hold anything that you want to hold with them in that container of truth and of light and of love. You know, we had Christmas Eve, but there is a trinity. Around Unity North, we have a trilogy of important services that all kind of tie together. And we want to welcome you to New Year's Eve, 6:30, Burning Bowl ceremony. As we go into the new year, we're going to let go of that which does not serve us. We're going to put it into the bowls, and our chaplain Corps is going to lead us in that beautiful time. I hope that you will plan to join us here, 6:30 on New Year's Eve night. And then White Stone, just 2 days later, next Sunday, is our White Stone ceremony. That's also the gateway of transformation. As we step into 2022 with the full realization of who we are, we claim our freedom, we claim our power, we claim our magnificence, and let that be the foundation of the house that we're building next year. Hopefully, maybe fewer are the challenges that we had this year in that new year, because we're a little bit more awake, a little bit more aware. I also want to let you know that next Sunday at 2 o'clock is our first praying pause service of the year. This is a time for you to bring your four-legged furry family members and to celebrate with beautiful dogs and cats. And I think that occasionally a rat shows up, and we've had chickens show up and rabbits, but lately it's been cats and dogs. I invite you to join us at 2 o'clock. We'll be downstairs in the Holy Grounds Cafe next Sunday. And then the following week, I'm very, very excited. This has been a year in the planning. We have a choir of children, the Hakuna Matata African Children's Choir from Nigeria. They've been here traveling the United States, bringing their spirit, their culture, and their music around the country. And they're going to be singing at the service on January 9th with a short little concert of about 45 minutes to an hour right after the service. The big challenge we have with COVID going on right now, and I can't think of anybody more able to handle a good challenge than Susan Hayden. I put Susan Hayden on finding homes because these kids are going to be in our midst on site here for 6 days. They arrive on the 4th of January and are going to be staying in host homes. Your job as a host is simply to give them breakfast, pack a lunch, send them to Unity North where they'll be going to school, they'll be doing rehearsals, and then pick them up at the end of the day and bring them home, give them a dinner, and let them go to sleep. So it's a wonderful opportunity to get to know these kids from another culture. And if you're interested, Susan's sitting right there. She would love to talk to you. We have 12 children in the choir and 4 sponsors that are going with them. So we're looking for 16 places for 16 people. So if you're interested, and I see that Kim put her hand up, get her right away. So I want to welcome anybody who's here for the first time, whether you be in the room for the very first time or you be online for the very first time. We want you to know that at Unity North, we behold you as the light of the world that you are. We see your magnificence, and we celebrated that magnificence just 2 nights ago. But we welcome you into this space. We know that you have brought a gift into this community, that you've brought a gift energetically, no matter where you may be online, by joining us here today. And we value that gift, and we behold that gift, and we celebrate it. And we just want you to feel the warm welcome of our heart and our intention. You know, at Unity North, we know that there are many paths to the one God, to the one essence. We're all finding a different way home, but we're crossing those paths. Your path crosses my path, mine crosses yours, and somehow we all find our way home together. We honor all those paths, and we honor you. Is there anybody in the room for the very first time today? Usually right after Christmas, there isn't anybody new. Is anybody here with a new mindset, a new idea, a new spirit, a new way of being? We welcome that new you into the room, and we welcome that new you onto the stream right now. And please reach out and connect with us, because we do behold you as the light of the world that you are. Your music is valuable. And so the next song I'm going to have Kristen do for us. No, we're not going to. I reversed the order. I changed the order. She's got a couple of really good songs today. You know, the miracle of Christmas is not just an event, but the miracle of Christmas is a state of being. And so this is a song called Expect Miracles. And I'm saying expect them all year long. Kristen.
Thank you, Reverend Richard. Yes, so this is my song that I wrote called Expect Miracles. And my miracle child came to me. And I wrote this song for and about her and for everybody else, just to remember to always expect miracles in your life and to live life with wide eyes like a child. Little one, child of God, you have chosen me to guide you and protect you. Who will you turn out to be? Little angel sent from heaven, you are my miracle. to believe in your dreams, to stand for what's in your heart. Things won't always look like they seem, but truth will always tell them apart. So expect miracles, expect miracles. Keep your eyes open wide. Expect miracles, expect miracles every day for the rest of your life. I don't have all the answers, I won't always be right, but I promise to try my best and love you with all of my might. And I'll believe in all your dreams, I'll stand for what's in your heart. Things won't always look like they seem, but truth will always tell them apart. So expect miracles, expect miracles. Keep your eyes open wide. Expect miracles, expect miracles every day for the rest of your life. Every day for the rest of your life. Every day for the rest of your life. We don't have all the answers, we won't always be right, but we promise to try our best and love you with all of our might. And we'll believe in all your dreams, we'll stand for what's in your heart. Things won't always look like they seem, but truth will always tell them apart. So expect miracles, expect miracles. Keep your eyes open wide. Expect miracles, expect miracles every day for the rest of your life. So expect miracles, expect miracles. Keep your eyes open wide. Expect miracles, expect miracles every day for the rest of your life. Every day for the rest of your life. Every day for the rest of your life. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kristen. Beautiful, beautiful as always. You know, occasionally as a minister, I used to be the music director of another church, and you work for the perfect song. You look for the song that contains the ideas that the minister is going to talk about. When Kristen sang that during the sound check today, it was like, oh, well, there's the message. There's probably 15 points that I want to make today, all contained within that song, not the least of which is the miracle. Expect miracles, be the miracle, breathe the miracles, think the miracle, live the miracle, know the miracle that is you. Not just on December 24th or December 25th, but where rubber meets the road, spirituality happens on December 26th. And here we are, expecting miracles. You know, there are those that said that there were not really three wise men that showed up. There were only two gentlemen that brought gold and frankincense and myrrh. But the third one was the wise one. I found this little cartoon. I'd like to put that cartoon up there to kind of display who the real wise man was. Do we have that PowerPoint slide? We're working on it. We're short-handed. Wes had a water heater blow up today, and he didn't make it, so Sebastian and Sarah are up there doing triple duty. As they find that, let me tell you what the third wise man brought: diapers. The third wise man was the true wise one that understood that gold is going to be useless to a baby. Frankincense and myrrh is pretty useless to a baby, but what will be necessary is the changing of diapers daily. Any new parents in the room? Yeah, get ready. Diaper after diaper after diaper after diaper is what a child needs to grow and to be safe and to be clean and to be all these things. Well, we gave birth to a consciousness on the 24th of December. A baby was born into our minds and into our hearts and back into our awareness. And now the real work begins. On December 26th, I said all the way through the month, I'm less concerned about what happens on the 24th and 25th and way more concerned at what happens the day after. Well, here we are on the day after, the time where real work begins. It's the time of the real 12 days of Christmas that has absolutely nothing to do with partridges in a pear tree, French hens, or turtle doves, or any of that stuff, which is just symbolic of what is happening after Christmas, after the baby arrives in mind and in heart. It's typically called Epiphany. Epiphany. And it's basically the symbol of what it took for the wise men to make their way to the birth of the Christ. The new consciousness, the baby was brought to the planet, and then it took 12 days symbolically for them to make their way and to offer their gifts of gold, frankincense, myrrh, and diapers. Epiphany is signifying the time it took from birth to manifestation, from birth to realization. Epiphany, what does it mean? How do you define epiphany? And since we're a small group today, just call it out. How do you define epiphany? An awakening. What else? An aha, the light bulb moment. I could have had a V8. Well, this is the way Webster defines an epiphany. An experience of a sudden and striking realization. Boom, Christmas happened. Christ is in my consciousness. Boom, I had a realization. There was work before that to lead up to that. Epiphanies maybe aren't so sudden because they take work. Because Webster says this, it's an experience of a sudden and striking realization that generally follows a process of significant thought about a problem. A lot of people said that Christmas Eve was a little more meaningful for them this year. Could it be that we've had a lot of problems? That the human race has had a lot of challenges, and problems just are opportunities, right? That's what problem means if you look at the etymology. A problem is an opportunity. Maybe we went a little deeper. Maybe we're having an epiphany, a revelation, an aha light bulb moment because we've had the unusual circumstances of the human race being in a quarantine, being in a difficult time of stress and tension. Could it be that Christmas Eve has the potential to be greater than it's ever been before because of the work that happened afterwards? Now, we have the number 12. The number 12. You know, in New Thought, we always talk about everything is a symbol. The Bible is symbolic. And 12, you know, certainly there were 12 apostles. But in this case of Epiphany, 12 is a metaphysical number that means spiritual fulfillment. Spiritual fulfillment. It's the amount of time necessary from the awareness of the Christ consciousness, from the awareness of the light that you are, to the full manifestation in human form. You see, there has to be a download process. And I think so many of us think we have this great epiphany, now everything's supposed to be great. Everything's supposed to be perfect, and the problem now went away. But the reality is, epiphany and epiphanous moments and revelatory moments have worked beforehand, and then the real work of changing diapers happens immediately following. The awareness is born that there must be an infilling into the life that we are living. 12 represents not 12 days, not 12 minutes, not 12 months, but it represents as long as it takes to integrate the Christ awareness and implement it into our personal human system. It's a metaphorical symbol that there's work to be done after Christmas. The wise one within us, the wise energy within us has to rise and meet the awareness. Anybody ever see somebody come into a New Thought church and you hear for the very first time, you're not a worm of the dust. You're not stained. You're not broken. You're magnificent. You are holy. You are sacred. You are the Christ. And they get all excited. It's like, wow, this is the first time I've ever been told this in a spiritual environment. And I heard it on Christmas Eve. It was magical. I can't wait to go back. And then February, they've left the church. February, they don't come anymore. Why is that? Because somewhere between Christmas Eve and the realization is the hard work that needs to be put in. You know, I'm going to paraphrase Thomas Edison a little bit with this quote. He says, enlightenment is missed by a lot of people because it comes in wearing overalls and it looks like hard work. But those people come in and it's like they're hearing a new idea for the first time. A new paradigm has the possibility in their mind and their heart and their life. And it's like, what do I have to do? You know, we used to sing a song in New Thought, a church in California. And I used to love this song. And now I look at it and go, it's the greatest cop-out. I love myself the way I am. And here's the kicker. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. That's the biggest lie on the planet. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I am. I can. Capable. There's the word that I want to hold on to today. I'm capable of bringing the spiritual truth into congruity with the human truth. I'm capable of being the Christ and being Richard all at the same time, but there must be an integration. There's got to be a lot of work, and it's going to involve a lot of changing of diapers, yes? All parents are going, oh, yeah. And it's a Zen proverb. This isn't just a Christian idea. I know you know this Zen proverb, so say it with me. Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Yeah, those are the people that come into Unity North and go, this is feeling so good, so great. But the Buddha doesn't stop. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Oh, that sucks. And Christmas dies somewhere around February 1st when I realized I'm going to have to be a partner in believing, a partner in action, a partner in the work. The lights come down, the Christmas tree gets put away, the ornaments are put away, and the glitter and the glamour of the hit, oh, give me some more Christmas, goes away. Oh, I'm going to have to do something to live as the Christ and not just have it as an idea. Everything in this world is created twice. First in mind, then it must be created in reality. That's where we come in. You see, God is not concerned. This essence, this energy of God is only concerned with the idea, then placed into our hands to use, and then God goes, my job is done. Then our work begins. How do I live day to day? How do I think? How do I feel? How do I express day to day what the Christ is within me? As a foster parent, my wife and I were foster parents to hundreds and hundreds of kids. I got to see this play out even before I was involved in spiritual circles. Parents who were actually grieving the loss of their child because they were so in love with the idea of having a child, so enamored with the idea of giving birth, and then so distraught when they had no idea what to do with that child when the child was born. And I think that's a great metaphor for what happens in our New Thought churches. We get all excited. We're excited about the new possibility, but when it comes down to it, we don't want to put the work in. Can we call that spiritually lazy? We can. You can call it whatever you want, but I'm going to say today that it is basically a pattern that shows up in New Thought churches over and over and over again. And I sometimes, although I could not believe, as the Baptist church down the street does, I sometimes am a little bit green with envy because they are devoted and committed to Christmas being an everyday experience, to living and breathing. And what can I do to serve today, sweet Spirit? How can the Christ serve who is in front of me today? How can I be the living, breathing example of the light in my day-to-day life at work, with my family, with the difficult situations in the midst of what's going on with the human race? Many on the spiritual path have that experience, and then they're gone by February, and Christmas is forgotten by February. I remember back 9/11, not too far back, and I had such hope. And it was a great paradox to me, the bombing of the World Trade Center. But what I saw for 2 months, about 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 months after the World Trade Center came down, was people living Christmas, was the Christ being expressed, was light being shared, was kindness. Nobody was asking what you believed or what color you were. They were just saying, how can you be my brother? How can I be your sister? How can we remember that we belong to each other. You know, a lot of people think this epiphany is an overnight thing. I'm enlightened. All of a sudden, I'm enlightened. And the reality, that has killed more journeys toward the Christ. And the magi, the wise ones within us, never get nurtured, never make it to the stable, never make it to the manger, because it's just too much work. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it next month. You know, as I read the Bible, have you ever noticed there's a lot of missing years in there? We have a birthing experience, and then one of the Gospels has a story of Jesus misbehaving as he's sassing his parents. But between him being born and the start of his ministry, which is when he's about 30 years old, there's all these missing chapters. And I question, why are those missing chapters not in there? Well, I imagine it didn't fit somebody's narrative at some point. Because we had a very human man, a human boy, a human teenager, a human child that had to develop and work into the Christ being that he became. These ideas didn't show up overnight. It took 30 years for him to learn, to educate himself, to stretch himself, to play with ideas, and I guarantee you he fell down. And if you look deep enough, you can find stories of a boy who kind of misbehaved with the power he found in his hands. The ideas that he began to work with as an expression of God, he kind of misbehaved a little bit. That's what we do. We misbehave. We fall down, we get back up. We forget, we get back up. I want to follow his example, but boy, do I want to know what's in those missing years. I want to know why they were taken away. But I do know, because all I have to do is examine my own life and examine my own ministry and the process of the frog. I've always used this analogy, a frog trying to get to the light out of a well, and it's slippery and slimy on the side of the well. The frog will jump 3 feet towards the light, going for the light, and then it slides back 2 feet. Those in the Baptist church would call that backsliding. I'm going to call it opportunity for growth. I'm going to call it opportunity to become more of myself. But I think those sliding moments, 3 feet up, 2 feet down. 3 feet up, 2 feet down. You keep committed to that, you're going to make it out to the light on the other side of that well. But I'm going to call that as an opportunity, and I believe those missing years, those missing gospels, is when Jesus was being a human being. Forgetting and remembering, forgetting and remembering. When I overlay that awareness of Jesus as a man, and I tell you that's the first time Christianity became real for me, is when somebody introduced me to a man who had the same challenges as me. Not a baby born in an immaculate conception. I don't believe that, but I believe it was a man who was the right person at the right time to bring the right consciousness to the earth. And it took 30 years for him to get the consciousness before he could convey it to the rest of the world. There was a lot of work going on. As I overlay that on my life as a minister, you know, it's really funny to me. I can get up here and give a talk that I think is so profound. Oh my gosh, this was just ripe and juicy with great divine ideas, and nobody will say a word. But I get up here and I expose my guts. I expose my humanness. And I show you the gospel of the 30 years missing in my life that you're not supposed to show as a minister. Richard the human, not Richard the Christ. Suddenly, oh, that was the best talk you ever gave. We are hungry to know the missing years of Jesus. We are hungry to know the missing stories of our humanness. That's what Christmas is about. Let's get real. Changing diapers is not fun. It happens. And it happens in our life, and Christmas is a part of that. Epiphany, the revelation, the aha moment means I'm going to change some diapers, and we're going to let it happen in front of us really, rawly, completely, transparently, and honestly. That's the work of Christmas that will bring the wiser idea within us and allow that Christ to be integrated. Allow that light to be integrated. It's epiphany after epiphany. Revelation after revelation. Light bulb after light bulb after forgetting and remembering again. You know how many Unity members it takes to screw in a light bulb? It only takes one person to screw the light bulb, but it takes 3,500 to have a committee about who's doing it correctly. So as a parent of many children, I'm a parent of many children, foster and adopted kids, a grandparent of 13, and 2 great-grandchildren. That was my dream as a young person, to be a grandparent, and I achieved it. Job well done through some of the tools I want to share with you today. I want to share briefly about what I believe it takes to raise healthy children as the metaphor to raise a healthy Christ, to raise a healthy human being, to raise a healthy minister. And I believe it's exactly what Mary and Joseph had to do to raise a healthy Jesus. And I believe it's what Jesus had to do to move from being Jesus to revealing and knowing himself as the Christ and forever changing the world. So these are my 12 days after Christmas. The 12 days. And I'm going to, I think there's a slide. I don't know if we found the slides yet, but I'm going to invite you to get a notepad out, because there's additional information we're going to integrate into the meditation today. So go ahead and have a notepad and get a pen. Because how many people who've been around Unity long enough know about the 12 powers? Great. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore say there were 12 faculties, sort of spiritual chakra centers within us that must be firing on all cylinders, that must be working for us to reveal the Christ. This is the proverbial changing of the diaper. Some of those 12 powers are elevated and amplified and out of control, actually, and some of them are underdeveloped and need to just be worked with. So these are the 12 days after Christmas, the time of Epiphany, and I want to put them out there for you. So on the first day after Christmas, my true self gave to me discipline. Discipline. This is a very practical talk today. But there's a whole bunch of people that come into New Thought and they want to have a wonderful spiritual hobby and expect to be enlightened. And by February, Christmas has died, and by February, they're not coming to the church anymore because there's no discipline. What I learned raising kids is if you don't have some structure, those kids are going to be out of control. And what I saw as a foster parent, that the kids who had no discipline are the ones that were drug addicted by the time they were 20. And that those who railed and fought against the structure of discipline, but still had it, are the ones that are healthy, supportive, loving, beautiful people today. Could it be that on your spiritual path of becoming, on giving birth to the Christ, a little bit of discipline is necessary? We don't do spiritual hobby here. People who want to do spiritual hobby will be gone by February 1st, maybe March 1st if they're tough. But the reality is we must have a system in place whereby we are systematically, methodically putting things in the way for us to be the Christ every single moment. It's not a hobby. I learned as a foster parent that consequences, this is not about punishment. We don't do punishment as a good parent. As a good parent of ourselves, we do consequences. And that's what law is all about, cause and effect. I do this, this is the consequence. I do this, this is the consequence. There must be consequences, and we must be conscious to recognize them as a discipline. On the second day, and by the way, I'm going to liken all of these ideas to one of the 12 powers that Fillmore talked about. This one, number 1, would be order. We live in an orderly universe set up. God, as I said, went like this. Here are all the laws to manifest the life that you want. Here's order. You get to use it. And if you're not disciplined, you're not cooperating with order, nothing's going to be manifested in your life. On the second day after Christmas, my true self gave to me investment. Investment. And this is the faculty of love. Love. Have you ever noticed that you put love out, you get more love back? This is implementing order. You put more kindness out, there's more kindness in your life. You must invest in it. How many parents do we have that invested a lot in your kids? A lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of finances, a lot of heart, a lot of spirit. You have to be investing in your spiritual path. That means make it a priority. You can't come in on Christmas and have your spiritual life be number 18 on the list of priorities. The aha will die. The revelation will die. There will be no epiphany. The Christ is put on a shelf until next Christmas when you light the candles and you go, oh, I remember. Yeah, we were buds once. Maybe this year I'll be a little bit more diligent about investing my time, my energy, my talent in the growth of my soul. On the third day after Christmas, my true self gave to me patience. How many parents in the room or online would say that patience was absolutely necessary to be a parent? Oh, let me tell you, you want to learn patience, have a child. You want to learn patience, you want to learn faith, have a child. And I reflected today, here are my guts on the table now, okay, not just a theory. I am so grateful for my parents. I was a bit of a messed up child. I was having night terrors and ulcers starting at about 4th grade through my freshman year in high school. I was in the psychologist's office. I was in the sociologist's office. I was in the licensed therapist's office. I was in the doctor's office trying to be treated for my ulcers, trying to be treated for my anxiety. And I thought about that because I have a grandson that's dealing with the same challenges. And impatience doesn't work. I am the man I am today because my parents saw me through a dark night of the soul. I was really messed up. Now, I did have some addictions, but they're not the ones you would typically assume. I was addicted to Maalox. Mylanta, I lived on that. The only way I could even eat, because I had such nervous energy in me, was Mylanta. But every night, my parents got up with the night terrors. I was a sleepwalker, terrified, crying, screaming out. Every night, my parents were there for me. You're going to have moments on your spiritual path when you are terrified. When you put out there, I want to grow, universe, I want to become more of myself. You're going to have moments of sheer terror. You got to have patience with yourself. Cut yourself some slack and be okay with the nightmares that are going to come up because it's a process of letting go. This is the faculty of faith. Have faith in yourself that you didn't come into the room on Christmas night by accident, and you're not having the challenge by accident, but you're being called to a higher expression of who you were meant to be as the Christ light. That's on the third day. So we've got 3 of those divine faculties: order, love, and faith. On the 4th day after Christmas, my true love gave to me focus and priority. This is the faculty of will. I'm going to see it through to the end. And that means I've got to clear the decks. I've got to clear the distractions, let go of what is not important, and raise my Christ, raise my Buddha, raise my Atman to the level of priority. Otherwise, it will get set on the shelf, and you'll be doing the same ritual every Christmas Eve, meeting the Christ of your being for the first time, only to have it die in February. Epiphany will not happen. 12 days, as long as it takes. This is the will to persevere, to keep going. And it means prioritizing and having a single eye. You know, Noah's Ark, the pictures of Noah's Ark, historians will say, I don't know if I believe the whole Noah's Ark story, but I understand this metaphor. There were no windows all around that boat. There was only one window, and it was in the roof. Keep my eye single. And every time I look up in this church, go ahead and look up for me. The architect of this building is sitting right here in the front, Frank Birdsong. That cupola is the most sacred place to me. Because no matter how dark it is in this room, there's always light coming through that cupola. There is always light in Noah's Ark, no matter the storms of our life, no matter how the night terrors might be. This is my priority, to keep my eye single. I will focus on the light alone. On the 5th day after Christmas, and of course we know the old carol, 5 golden rings. It gets the most attention in that song. But I would say the golden key that is absolutely right here, it's the cornerstone of the baby, the man, the boy's life that we just celebrated. What is it? Anybody want to guess? The cornerstone. He talked about it every time he got a chance. Forgiveness. Charles Fillmore, the co-founder of Unity, said that you want to solve the world of all its problems, sit down for 20 minutes every day on a cushion and forgive everybody everything. Usually about this point, Christmas has happened, I've had the awareness in my mind, and now I have to forgive that person that I've been resenting for the last 25 years. And they leave the church in February. I'm not going to do it. I'm not ready to give that up. but forgiveness is necessary. The faculty I'm calling forth is understanding. My ability to see the Christ in another underneath their behavior. My ability to see the Christ of my own soul even when I've screwed up, even when I'm sliding back down 2 feet. I behold with an understanding heart and spirit that there's a greater power working here. And I must hold on to that. Understanding parents create healthy children. Understanding spiritual seekers become the Christ. Become the wise man, the wise woman. Number 6, on the 6th day after Christmas, my true self gave to me persistence. This is the faculty of strength. This is what allows me to jump 3 feet up again after I've just slid back 2 feet. And I'm tired, and I'm hungry, and I'm angry, and I'm upset. The faculty of strength. When I feel like I've got nothing left within me, give it all you got. Parents, can you understand that, raising a child? Oh my God, I have to change another diaper. Oh my Lord, I have to get up one more time with my terrified son. Can't he just have a good night's sleep? Why couldn't have I had a son that was normal? My parents got up night after night after night and held on to, with understanding, the normal of their son that allowed me to be the man I am today. Persistence. They didn't give up when it was hard. On the 7th day after Christmas, my true self gave to me flexibility. And this is the faculty of the 12 of release. I've got to let go. Anybody ever be attached to the way somebody's supposed to show up in your field? Ever been attached to the way everything's supposed to fall into place? Well, I'm on a spiritual path. God's supposed to clear the way and part the sea so I can just walk into the promised land. That attachment will kill the Christ being born. And February 1st, they're walking out of the church. Too hard. I'm not going to do it. I'm saying we need to be Gumby-like. We need to be like the willow tree, and the winds are going to blow, and they're going to blow. You're flexible. Be detached from how life is supposed to show up. Then you will get the miracle. If you are attached, so many people are walking around the planet saying, okay, I've set an intention. I'm going to find the Christ of my life, and it's going to look just like this. And the universe is going, hello, look over here. There's a blessing for you. No, go away. I'm waiting for God. Over here, the universe is saying, here's a wonderful opportunity. Here's a blessed opportunity. Come look over here. No, go away. And a boat comes and a helicopter comes. And I'm like, no, I'm attached. I am attached. That attachment will kill the life of a child. If my parents had been attached to a normal child, I would have committed suicide already. But my parents were flexible. And the normal son that they wanted is not what they got. But they got the son that hopefully has made them proud because they were willing to be flexible. The same is true of you. The Christ, don't be attached to what the universe is going to call you to be, to do. Just when you think you've got it all figured out, you're going to have to pivot. As I look at the last year and a half, going on 2 years, the art of the pivot. We have had to do this as a community. I've had to do it as a minister. You've had to do it as just somebody trying to figure it out. That's a faculty that needs to be cultivated. It is the faculty of release. I'm giving up my attachment so that something greater can emerge. Now, let's see, which number are we on, folks? 8. On the 8th day after Christmas, my true self gave to me consistency. What I learned as a foster parent, that you may not be the best parent, you may not be the worst parent, but if you are consistent, you've created a sense of safety for your children. This is a manual right here. Be consistently available. Be consistently present. Be consistent upon your approach to life, and don't give up because you tried it for a week and it didn't work. That's what happens with meditation. You know, I tried meditation once. It didn't work for me. And Christ dies. You leave the church on February 1st. It's too much work. We've got to absolutely be consistent about being present. And the older I get, the more I value. My parents created, and I hated them for them because all my friends got to go out to eat. My other friends got to watch TV and eat their dinner. My mother and my father had me sit at the dinner table every single night. And we had family time. As a foster parent, we had family meetings. Once a week, with the psychologist, we sat down and had family meetings, and they came kicking and screaming down the path of transformation. Yet I marked that as a critical moment in the life of these foster kids becoming all they can be. I marked sitting down at the dinner table as important to me overcoming my anxiety. And I would say that the consistency of the spiritual path is necessary. How often do you sit down and meditate? How often do you sit down and remember the truth of Christmas? Is it once a year? Don't waste your time. Is it maybe twice a year? Well, I'll remember at the Burning Bowl. Maybe it's 3 times a year. I'm going to remember on White Stone. And then January 3rd hits, and January 4th, and January 5th. The consistency is the faculty of power. You see, the laws are working at all times. You cannot let down your consciousness. Power means I can speak it into manifestation. The heaven I want, I speak it into manifestation. I feel it, I think it into manifestation. I've got to be consistent with those words. I've got to be consistent with those thoughts and consistent with those feelings because they are all working together, Joseph and Mary, to express the Christ in form. I cannot go sleep. So on that 8th day, the power, using the laws put into my hands to manifest the perfect child of my life. On the 9th day after Christmas, my true self gave to me education. Learn, grow, be a sponge. You know, I think it was Rumi who said, those that think they know, don't. And those that know that they don't. Can we be childlike? Can we be like an innocent child and not have a corner on the market of anything, but be sponge-like and be willing to learn and to grow and to stretch ourselves? That's going to make a healthy child. It will make a healthier parent. If you think you've got all the answers as a parent, you're setting yourself up for suffering. If you think you have all the answers because you had a moment on Christmas Eve of an epiphany, awakening, yes, and you think you've got a corner on the market of enlightenment, start chopping wood, start carrying water. You're about to have a rude awakening. Work the program and get educated. There's a lot of arrogant people that come into New Thought, and they get disillusioned. Oh my gosh, he's talking about the 12 powers again. Oh my gosh, he's going to bring up the unity principles again. Yet I ask those people what the unity principles are, and they go, I don't know. What are the 12 powers? I don't know. I just know I'm the light of the world. And nothing in their life is working. So there must be education, which is the wise ones finally arrive. The faculty of wisdom. The one that brought the diapers to the stable. Not the gold and the frankincense and myrrh. On the 10th day after Christmas, and this is my favorite, if there's an overdeveloped faculty in me of these 12 of my Christ, it is this one, enthusiasm, which is the faculty of zeal. So many people are trying to find God and to find heaven and create heaven, and they're going about it as if it is a life of drudgery. Imagine if Martin Luther King Jr. had gotten up and given the speech and said this, well, I've got a dream. You wouldn't be interested in that dream, would you? No, probably not. The reality is zeal is necessary. Don't play small. Quit playing small. Christmas is a moment of celebration. New Year's Eve is a moment of celebration. Carry the enthusiasm of the kiss that you're waiting for at midnight. The kiss of the beloved that is asked for you to be expressed fully and completely right here, right now on earth, or you wouldn't be here. You may be normal, you may be screwed up like Richard was as a child, but kiss that child. Kiss that child, because where we sit right now, there is not a person who is perfect on the planet. We're all a little screwed up. We're all having our night terrors. And we all have the opportunity to sit down at the dinner table and remember the truth. to sit on the cushion every night and forgive everybody everything, starting with yourself. Get enthusiastic. Praise yourself. Find what is good and holy and say, thank you. Job well done. You know, in my family, kids didn't get a lot of praise. And if there was an underdeveloped faculty, it would be this one right here. I don't think I ever heard my parents say, job well done. It was just expected. That's a sad place to live. So I've made up for it. I do an inventory every night when I go to bed. This is what was holy that I brought to the planet today. And I'm excited about it. I'm enthusiastic. I'm going to invite the band to come back up. On the 11th day after Christmas, my true self gave to me, and this is the one that will make no sense to the human ego, failure. Failure. The gift, the greatest gift of Christmas is to fail, is to slide back 2 feet in the well. It is to miss the mark. It is to absolutely forget and to fall apart. This is life, and I want you to know that life, the faculty of life, which is equated to the apostle Judas. Judas and life? Yes, because life is present in your glory. Life is present in your mistakes. Life is present when you are in the dark night of the soul. Life is present even when you have forgotten 1,000 times. Life is always urging itself into expression. It knows nothing else. The gift of God as life put into your hands is always present. You're either using it or you are not. We learn from our lessons. Stop hiding your mistakes. Own them publicly. You know, when I talk about getting up here and doing a message that's about, wow, you say it was a great talk because I poured my guts onto the table, my failures onto the table. It's not a great lesson because you got something from it. It's a great lesson because it's like, wow, I'm safe to be real. I'm safe to be human. That is what this environment is, safe to be fully divine and fully screwed up all at the same time. To be fully the Christ and to have night terrors the whole time you're trying to figure out how to do this. That's a beautiful thing here. Don't waste the moment and don't give up February 1st when you want to walk out the door and go, it's too much work. That's when you're about to explode. That's when the Epiphany is about to happen. And on the 12th day after Christmas, my true self gave to me accountability. I screwed up. I own it. I blew it. I messed up. I want to take that word back, but I can't. I want to take that emotion back, but I can't. I did not put one of the faculties of the 12 with this one. Those who know the 12 know one is missing. I'm going to get there. Accountability is I screwed up and I just own it. And I didn't die. I wasn't crucified because I'm in an environment that's all about working very hard to change my diapers when they need to be changed. Gold isn't going to be there. It's all gold. It's all frankincense and pretty smelling myrrh. No, it's diapers. And transformation will happen where here's my diaper. Let's work through this together. You got a diaper to bring. It happens. And how do we do that? I said it at the beginning. Everything is created first in mind, then it is created in reality. Those who are students of the 12 powers, what's the one that's missing? It's magic at Christmas. At Christmas, this 12th power is everywhere present. What is it? Oh, come on, Marianne. I was counting on you. Imagination. These are the 12 powers needed for the Christ to need to be worked. A little music would be great. We need these 12 powers and imagination to see yourself as the Christ before you experience it. See the reality of your life as everything you want it to be. See the planet the way we want it to be in 2022, not the way it is right now. Don Quixote said, they call me mad, seeking treasure where there is only trash. But perhaps maddest of all is to see the world as it is and not as it can be. Perhaps maddest of all is to see your world when you're in the night terror. And to not sit at the table and envision something greater. So you've got these faculties we're going to take into the meditation. And I want you to pick the one that needs nurturing. The one that needs the diaper changed. To pick the one that needs to be loved, that needs to be held in the middle of the night because it's having a night terror within you. And then the one that might be a little bit overzealous, that needs to be toned down a little bit. Those faculties are order. love, faith, will, understanding, strength, release, power, wisdom, zeal, life, and imagination. In this season of Epiphany, as the wise one within you is making its way to the stable of your magnificence, ours is to use these tools to cultivate, nurture, tend, and empower the brand new awareness that was birthed again, rebirthed on Christmas Eve. An awareness of who you are, of who we are as a community, and what we are as the light of the world. Let's get busy changing diapers. We're going to go into meditation, and Kristen's going to sing this beloved Karen Drucker song. Keep that list close, because in the meditation I'm going to ask you to look at them. But right now, let's just be aware of the Christ as she affirms with you and for you, you are the face of God. Hold yourself in the manger of your heart. Hold those around in the manger of your heart as we sing. Let's bring the lights down.
You are the face of God.
Please sing with us.
I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Picture that child waking up with a nightmare.
You are the face of God.
Sit down at the table with them.
I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me.
Let's keep this going.
You are the face of God.
Feel it, sense it, and know it in this moment.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me.
One more time.
You are the face of God.
Integrated and infilling.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Take another deep breath. And I invite you to metaphorically and spiritually put on your overalls. Put on a pair of gloves. And let's chop some wood. And let's carry some water. Let's take down with chopping wood that which no longer belongs. Remove it. And let's carry the water of our divine essence, of that which needs to be tended, that which needs to be remembered. Breathe again with me. You are a child of God, perfect, whole, and complete, and you love yourself just the way you are spiritually. But there are some things that maybe could change and shift and morph and transform to bring that human you into congruity with the spiritual you. 12? Is it 12? Is it 30 missing years? It matters less how many years and matters more the time that you were putting in to chop wood and carry water. And bringing 2 of these 12 powers that have been laid out today, these 12 tools. Which one is having a night terror? Hold it close. It is also a part of the child of God that you are. Calling for attention. Invite that part to the table for dinner. And And maybe invite in that other child, that one that seems overdeveloped. Am I loving too much? Have I become codependent? Is my enthusiasm out of control and I'm not grounded? I'm like a balloon floating around in space. What do I need to let go of? What do I need to claim? How is life asking for expression through me so that the baby Jesus doesn't die February 1st and that the Christ of my being doesn't walk back out the door on February 1st or March 1st? Sit in the silence right now and just be present and accountable to that which is calling for a diaper change or to be fed. In the stillness, in the sacred sanctuary of truth, put your guts on the table and love it anyway. Nobody is here on earth at this time by accident. But God has called for expression through you and as you to be the light of the world, to be the right person in the right place at the right time. Let Christmas be held all through the next year. And with our guts out on the table, we all walk each other home. One awareness, one flexible moment, consistently walking each other home. And so bringing those children around the table, let's sing You Are the Face of God one more time. Embracing all of it in the deepest amount of love and compassion and forgiveness. And know that the wise ones that we have always been can and will make their way to the altar of new epiphanies, new revelations, new aha moments, new truths. Let's sing that song one more time from the depth and the core of who we are. You are a part of me. I am a part of you. We are the face of God.
You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
We are the face of God.
We are the face of God. We are the face of God.
hold it, know it, claim it, see it, live it, breathe it, give birth to it every moment. And 2022 will be the most magnificent expression of Christmas that we have ever known. Happy New Year. Happy New You. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. Well, I'm going to invite a face of God to come up to the platform right now. You know, you've been hearing from our board of directors every week, and Kim Strickland is here. She is the face of God, and she's going to just talk to you briefly as we go into the offering and finish our service for the day. Please welcome Kim Strickland. You can make a little more noise. It's the face of God.
Good morning, Unity North. I hope everybody had a fabulous Christmas.
Yep.
And speaking of fabulous, how do I look?
Marvelous, darling.
Do I match?
If you ask the men will say it's just fine.
I don't know. Give me just a minute. I might be able to change something.
Ba-da-dum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. You are the body of God. You ready? She really is doing a striptease back here.
Now, how do I look? So we are doing a Christmas match. And so we have been so blessed. We have 19 families who have donated $45,000 as a seed. We've already had in just 2 weeks $8,000 from our congregation towards that match. So you have an opportunity to get congruent and get in alignment and match as well. We have envelopes in the back of the chairs. If you wish to donate cash, you can do check, you can do PayPal, you can do text to give, you can do credit card, you can do just about anything you want. And we will accept any donations, $5, $50, $500, whatever, anything above and beyond your normal giving. And we are so excited. So thank you so much.
I'm going to invite you to let consciousness meet consciousness. This is a woman who absolutely demonstrates. That's why we're so blessed to have her on the board. She meets challenge for challenge. She is an example of what it means to have a match. And so a gauntlet has been thrown down. I'm going to invite you to match the consciousness of our board of directors who are a part of those 19 and stepped at the plate. I don't know if you gave them the figure. Those 19 people came up with $45,000. I'm saying find that inner strength, that inner power, that inner abundance, and then match her dollar for dollar. Yes? Oh, come on. Yes? All right. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. We are going to take an offering. There's a couple of baskets in the back of the room for those of you, a little music maestro. In the back of the room, for those that are in the room on your way out, if this has been meaningful to you and you walk home with paper with those 12 tools that you're going to implement, put something in there and say thank you. You can also mail a check in. Those of you online, it's as Kim talked about, it's very easy to text to give, to say, I appreciate the work that's being done, and I'm more of who I am because I know that we are the face of God and that we are doing this together. Right now, I'm going to invite Kristen to come back up and do a beautiful song. That is, again, another challenge. Don't die with the music left inside of you. Don't leave on February 1st or March 1st when it gets tough or you feel like you're heading to a crucifixion. Keep on persevering. Don't let the music die inside of you. Kristen.
Don't die with your music inside you. Live life letting spirit guide you. Have faith that God will lead the way. We each have a dream, and those dreams are our seeds to plant and to grow. We reap what we sow. Each moment's a gift, a life of our own. Today is a song to which we sing along. Don't die with your music inside you. Live life letting Spirit guide you. Have faith that God will lead the way. Don't die with your music inside you. Have strength letting Spirit guide you. Live your dream, sing the song of your life today. And when it may seem that your dreams cannot be, remember that God can do anything. You are divine, an expression of God. You can do anything when you believe. When you believe. When you believe. Follow your heart and do what you want with your life when you live in light. God will open all doors and will lead the way when you pray and believe in all spiritual source. Don't die with your music inside you. Live your life letting Spirit guide you. Have faith that God will lead the way. Don't die with your music inside you. Be strong, have the courage to find it. Live your dream, sing along of your life today. Don't die with your music inside you. Don't die with your music inside you. Don't die with your music inside you. Go and live your dreams.
Beautiful sentiment,
Thank you.
beautiful song, beautiful singer. So look around the room before we leave. We have one more song, and that song is Namaste. Don't let the music die within you, but also don't let the music die in those that you were sitting at the table with. Don't let it go out. Don't let the light go out, they sing at Hanukkah. Don't let the music die. When February 1 hits, come on back. Be here. The candle will still be burning. The words are Namaste, Namaste, yes?
Yes.
Let's all join this and hold this. For those of you online, thank you for joining us. We're holding this truth about you as we hold it for ourselves in the room. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you.
The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste.
You are beautiful.
You are beautiful.
You are whole.
You are whole. You are beautiful. You are
One more time, the God in me.
The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste. The God in me beholds the God in you. Namaste.
You are beautiful.
You are beautiful.
You are whole.
You are whole. You are beautiful. You are whole.
So a little bit of thanks for the guy guys in the booth that were doing triple duty today with Wes being gone. Thank you guys for managing and doing a great job. All right, everybody, Happy New Year. I hope to see you New Year's Eve, 6:30, as we get rid of everything that doesn't belong. Have a blessed and beautiful day.